What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show. We discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about on a daily basis, including money, your money, and inflation, gas prices, Social Security, forced stimulus check package, forced stimulus check update, everything you need to know about. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so. And remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will keep you up to date here. And if you find these videos helpful, don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. First up, I want to tell you guys about this. The FDA says that cheeses sold in 9 states are being recalled for possible listeria contamination, the FDA says. Yeah, so this can be pretty harmful. Here's the details on this. 8 different cheese products sold in 9 states are being recalled for having, quote, the potential to be contaminated with bacteria that causes listeria, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration said this week. Paris Brothers is recalling several of its cheddar, brie, and pepper jack products that were produced in early May. The now recalled cheeses were sent for distribution in grocery stores, including Price, Chopper, and Super Savers in 9 states, including Arizona, Florida, Iowa, Kansas, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and South Dakota. Here's a sneaky little boy who snuck up on me. Why are you sneaking up on me? Huh?
Because I always sneak up on you.
Why are you so sneaky?
Oh, I'm going. I gotta go. Hey, I go dig.
My son Julian, always a sneaky little guy. Yesterday was actually my brother's birthday. Frank, we actually didn't even go to the party that he had because we're all 3 of us are a little bit under the weather. I thought it was my sinuses at first with all this pollen going around, but now I think we have a little bit of a cold. We actually took a COVID test. It was negative, so yeah, I don't think we're that sick, but we're a little bit under the weather here. Yeah, so yeah, these recalled cheeses are in these 9 states: Arizona, Florida, Iowa, Kansas, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and South Dakota. The 8 products recalled, produced May 4th, 5th, 6th, are in recall: Cottonwood River Cheddar, D'Amar Brie Double Cream French Brie, and all these different products that you will see here. Milton Prairie, Milton Tomato, Garlic, Paris Brothers Mild Cheddar, Paris Brothers Colby, and yeah, that's it. Paris Brothers Pepper Jack and Cervace Romano. And apparently listeria is pretty serious. 1,600 people get listeria each year, and about 260 die from it. So listeria could be serious. If you have any of those products, probably throw them away or take them back to the store for a refund. You can see here the Mayo Clinic says that listeria can be very serious and sometimes fatal for pregnant people, newborns, or older adults, and those with weakened immune systems. Next up, you can see here White House considering proposal to tax oil and gas companies' windfall profits as they are making record billions and billions of dollars of profits here, about double what they made last year, collectively hundreds of billions of dollars here, and to fund a consumer rebate, aka a check that's basically a stimulus check that they could give back to Americans. High energy prices have led to record profits for large oil producers this year. ExxonMobil Corporation, the largest U.S. oil producer, doubled its first quarter profits to $5.48 billion for just that one company in just the first quarter alone, and said it would triple its stock buybacks through 2023 to $30 billion in stock buybacks for the stock shareholders alone. So that is where the oil and energy stock companies are spending their money. They're not spending it in more production. They're not spending it in new refineries. They're not spending it in anything towards um, producing more. They're spending it in new stock buybacks. $30 billion. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts on this, guys. It's good if you're a shareholder, right? Good to be a shareholder. The Biden administration has criticized producers for sitting on profits and not investing in further production to lower costs because, well, these gas companies are just enjoying these high gas prices. But you can see here with their record corporate gains. Britain last week, check this out here. Britain last week announced a 25% windfall tax on oil and gas producer profits, alongside a 15 billion pound, which is $18.9 billion, package of support for households. Yeah, and here is the article on this. The UK, the United Kingdom, imposes a 25% energy windfall tax to help households as bills surge. Wow. Britain announced a 25% windfall tax on oil and gas producers' profits on Thursday, alongside a $15 billion pound, which is $18.9 billion US dollars, package of support for households struggling to meet soaring energy bills. The move, which will give each United Kingdom household a £400 discount on their energy bill and more for lowest income households, marks a change of heart for Prime Minister Boris Johnson's government, which had previously resisted windfall taxes, calling them a deterrent to investment. It is the second energy policy intervention for help with rising bills this year. Facing intense political pressure to provide more support for people coping with what political opponents and campaigners have called a cost of living crisis. Does that sound familiar? They said energy firms were making extraordinary profits while Britons struggled. Does that sound familiar, guys? It's literally what we've been saying. We will introduce a temporary and targeted energy profits levy, but we have built into the new levy a new investment allowance that means companies will have a new and significant incentive to reinvest their profits. The more a company invests, the less tax they will pay. Sunak did not refer to it as a windfall tax. He said it would raise £5 billion in the next 12 months and be phased out as oil and gas prices return to normal. He did not set out the rest of the package would be funded. On Tuesday, a UK energy regulator said that a cap on gas and electricity bills was set to rise by another 40% in October, caused by a surge in global energy prices. This is what I've been saying, guys. This is in the UK. This is going on everywhere. But see, their Democrats and Republicans are working together to help solve the problem, right? He also said there would be a new investment allowance that would nearly double the tax relief available for firms on their investments. See, the problem here with our government, at least on this one particular bill, is that the Democrats passed this very similar type of gas price gouging bill here about 2 weeks ago in the House. Not a single Republican voted for it. So they want to apparently this is one of the bills that I don't agree with here. Why do we want to let the gas and oil companies gouge the American people? Are they all being paid off? I don't understand this one. The gas prices keep going up and up and up, and the oil prices are not even at all-time highs. I don't understand this here. No Republicans voted yes on it. So, and you see other countries are passing bills that are not allowing this. So, and here's the other problem we have, right? Is that it's an election year, right? We're a few months away from an election. The problem is every 2 years is an election year. So we run into this political gridlock where, you know, Democrats don't want to help Republicans, Republicans don't want to help Democrats, and then election year. But every 2 years is an election year, which is basically every other year. So every other year, we only have 1 year basically where it's not an election year. So I mean, this is the kind of the problem here is that are we going to let oil and gas companies get away with it? Are we going to let pharmaceutical companies get away with it? How much of our Congress is being bought out? And this is and same thing with the guns. The issue that we're running into right now is that you look at all these other countries that have passed gun reform bills, and meanwhile we're the only country in the world that is having this problem here. We have no background checks, no waiting periods, no reform at all. It's a free for all. And I get that we should have protection, right? I totally get that, but it's just the amount of there's nothing, there's no anything, there's no reform at all. It's just anybody can walk in there, buy anything, buy automatics, buy AKs, buy no background check, no waiting period, no nothing. There's no protection for our schools. It's just like we have to have some type of reform with all these different issues. Gas price gouging, oil companies allowed to just run rampant. It's just like, just think about this logically. Just think about it rationally, right? We're going to let the oil companies, are we going to let the pharmaceutical company? We pay 2.5 times more than any other country in the world for our prescription drugs. Do we want to pass some type of legislation to for the entire country to rein that in a little bit, where the exact same prescriptions by the exact same pharmaceutical companies like Pfizer and all these companies, the exact same blood pressure medicines are sold for 2.5 times more on average in the United States than they're sold for in Canada and the United Kingdom and all these other countries? Or do we want to just get gouged? It's just like, or do we want to just let this continue? Do we want to continue to have 10 mass shootings a week? We've had 20 mass shootings since Uvalde. Or do we want to try to fix the problem? Do we want to have a waiting period? So if someone has, anger in their heart, if they want to go out and, you know, shoot somebody, maybe there's a 30-day waiting period. Just think about what that could fix, over the course of time. Think about what that could do. Think about background checks. Like, think about all these things. How we could just whittle down these amount of mass shootings. Think about all these different problems we could solve if Democrats and Republicans could work together and compromise. I swear, it just seems like we're the only country that doesn't work together. We got these Democrats, we got these Republicans, and in all fairness, I mean, Democrats do this as well. I mean, when especially, it seems to be the problem here is that when one party has control, the other party wants to not help them. Okay. Democrats did the same thing when the Republicans were in control back in 2017. Republicans controlled everything, the House, the Senate, the presidency, but they didn't have full control of the Senate, just like the Democrats don't have now. They didn't have the 60 votes. It was the same problem then. Okay. It was the same problem then. And then I get that we don't want to hand a win to the other party before elections, but for God's sakes, man, there's so many issues right now in our country. Look at the inflation. Look how many people can't afford anything, right? And we just th- thank God we have some states stepping up here right now and passing out these extra bonus checks, these stimulus checks, these tax rebate checks, these property tax checks. Um, and we really need the federal government to do this as well. And hopefully we will see this. I think we're going to see student loan forgiveness here as well. I think we're going to see a SNAP benefit program here as well, boost as well. Those would be two really, really needed things. That those would both kind of go out to 40 million plus people com additionally. So that would be 80 million people that would kind of get an additional SNAP or an additional stimulus bonus, SNAP and student loan forgiveness. But it would be a really nice benefit to see an additional stimulus check or whatever they want to call it, anti-inflation benefit bonus here as well, especially because the government's taking in so much money right now. President Biden says that they're going to be able to pay, or it's hard to determine because we're hearing that they're going to be able to pay, or that they may have already paid the national deficit by $1.5 trillion. So the government is taking in a lot of money. So just like all these states are taking in money, the government's taking in money and they have money to use. So let's use it. So I'll keep you up to date here with everything. Let me know your thoughts here in the comments, and whether they tax the oil companies or they just use the money that they have coming in, because unemployment's low and people are a lot of people have gone back to work, and so their revenues, their income tax revenues, sales tax revenues are up, so they have money to work with. So I'll keep you up to date here. Make sure to subscribe down below. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click here to watch my newest video on Social Security raises. Really good video that just came out there. And here is another good video about stimulus checks coming out here. If you haven't seen that, click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.